Thank you.
I want to address something if I could.
Jimmy.
Certainly, James.
Jim Norton, hi.
Please.
What's up?
Gang, I'm
good to see you.
You too. I was, E-Rock informed me that here at 92.3 K-Rock in New York, Judas Priest, three of the guys, Rob Halford and I think KK, and three of the guys came in.
After Rob Halford, I don't know anybody else than Judas Priest.
Yeah, he's the big one, but the other two guys came in with him. And what? What is this note?
E-Rock just threw Jimmy a note. And he's like, what?
Okay, it was just small. But anyway, Rob was being interviewed by the afternoon guy here.
Ian?
Yeah, who's great.
I hear he's cool, man.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Ian's a good guy.
And I was actually talking to Halford about Sabbath. It was a great time chatting with those guys. They came in, did a great interview with Ian. And I was standing back there talking to Danny, who I'd not met before, and Mike, the music guy from here, who's very nice. And
Mike is awesome.
I found myself very attracted to Danny, who works here. She's very, very lovely.
Oh, she?
Yeah. No, not a Y.
I thought you meant from our show.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell's going on?
Danny has a great ass, but
his mouth, he's very kissable. Not even in a gay way, but I've said to Danny, like, your mouth looks like it would be nice just to suck on the lower lip. But she was really sexy. I mean, really sexy. So I'm rapping with her for a while, and she had like a nice energy. So I left, and I'm on my way home, and I'm on the subway. And I was standing next to somebody. Some guy brought his bike on, and he stunk so bad. It was horrendous. And I kept looking around, and then I got home, and I took off my shirt, and I realized that I had horrendous underarm odor.
Oh, no, it was you?
It was me. I was so...
You were a smelly guy on the train?
I reeked yesterday.
And I know why, because you were meeting Rob Halford. That made you very nervous. And you were also talking to a pretty girl. That also probably made you a little nervous and had you sweating.
My armpits just like released whatever toxins were in my body. I very rarely smell like that, but I was really embarrassed because I was standing next to her talking to her for a good 10 minutes, and there's no way...
She didn't know.
Have smelled. I stunk so goddamn bad yesterday.
But sometimes that's a turn on to the women.
Yeah, that's why she
the
left.
natural body odor.
Well,
that's a turn on.
There's a difference between the natural subtle smell of somebody and just complete BO.
Yeah, this wasn't musky man has done a day's work
with a little Abercrombie and Fitch thrown in.
This is scared, smelly little guy.
Yeah. This was nervous blubber breasts meets idol.
Oh, Yemi.
Dude, I just reeked. I was so embarrassed when I got home.
Oh, did you wash up real quick, hop in the shower?
No, I just rubbed it and rubbed under my nose to teach myself a lesson. I'm like a dog who poops on the rug. Yeah, I hopped right
Hit yourself with the newspaper.
I was sickeningly odoriferous.
Wow.
So my apologies to Danny.
You usually are never offensive walking around here.
No, I try not to be. Couldn't believe how bad it was. I'm like, oh my God, I was the guy on the train.
No, it's on the train too. Hell,
yeah,
somebody telling that story though, that when they got home, it's like, oh, how was your trip? How was your day? Oh, it was all right. Then, oh yeah, I was on the train, and oh, this guy stunk. I saw him on HBO, too, so I know who he is.
He stunk there. It was like his acting was being personified somehow.
Oozing from his armpits.
But it's like, you know how bad you have to smell yourself on a subway?
And not know it's you?
Yeah. I mean, like,
wow.
I was looking around like, who is this? Oh, my God, right already. I was annoying.
Well, for all the gas you had yesterday, perhaps that was oozing up your shirt and clinging to the... little wisps of hair on your underarms.
Yeah, did you shower before you came back to the station? Did you go home and shower?
No.
Oh, because you had really bad farts yesterday, Jimmy, too.
Yeah, that might have, like, clinged to certain areas of your body.
A shower wouldn't help. I don't shower in headstand mode. My legs.
Well, you gotta get the undercarriage.
Yeah, you gotta do a little...
You gotta put on that true coat.
Sure. Yeah. Let's say hi to Nick in Pennsylvania. Nick, what's up?
Hey. Love you, love the show. Jimmy, don't worry about it. You're a fancy man, and you're funny, and you're rich.
Well, I'm not rich, but thank you, sir. I'm doing okay, but I stunk. All that stuff is nice. I'm a fancy gentleman. I do enjoy gentlemanly things. I'll agree with you, and so will anyone else who knows me. But the reek coming out of my pits was inexcusable.
Ugh.
Like, you ever wipe your armpits? Like, you just wipe your raw pit, and it's soaking wet, and it's a raw pit odor.
The worst thing is if you're in that situation and you know you can't get home and wash up really quickly, you're compelled to keep your arms down so it's not like spreading around, which only compounds the problem, makes it worse.
I don't mind my own pit odor. Like, if I know it's mine, I'll just enjoy it.
But if you're in public...
It was...
Horrendous.
It really was bad.
Speaking of smelling under the arms, who was that that you were watching Judas Priest with that you were talking about yesterday?
Danny.
Oh, Danny.
Yes.
She works, she's a music director here at K-Rock.
Yeah, I was listening to a little bit of her program, and she was talking about the fact that you were there watching Judas Priest, and said that you had said that you were a little stinky under the arms.
Horrendous.
And she said she actually did smell something.
Oh, no.
But then said she thought it was E-Rock. Because E-Rock's the dirty one.
Thank God.
So she just like turned on E-Rock. I was laughing.
E-Rock, what do you think of that?
He's too busy whispering.
I don't know what they're talking. I know. I just was.
I was asking if he could pull the air check.
No, humiliating. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, get the air check. What the hell?
Yeah.
Thank you, E-Rock.
Yeah, but I just thought it was funny that,
She blamed Eric.
I'm home. I'm not even, I'm not even on the air, and I could listen to other people goof on E-Rock.
She did smell it, though. That's really embarrassing, because I very rarely pit out.
Yeah.
I just, I have very dry pits. Dry Pits Norton was my nickname all through high school.
Was it?
My nickname I gave myself. I liked it. I had bumper stickers made up. Didn't catch
Dry
on.
Pits Norton.
Jimmy, what'd you say you were?
Dry Pits Norton.
Pitted, so pitted.
Oh, well, you mean yesterday? Yeah, I was 2 days ago. I was disgusting.
Yeah, you're
Pitted,
soggy
so
Pits Norton.
pitted. Quarterback. Snap.
Smell like a sinkhole, like dirty armpits. When you smell yourself on a train and think it's other people, you reek.
Yeah, that's bad.
That is very, very bad.
The first time I ever noticed underarm odor, now that we're here, I just have a 45-minute thing I want to cover. I was probably like 15 or 14, and I was with my buddies, and I was wearing a white T-shirt. I'd never smelled myself like that before.
You had some kind of chemical change in your little growing body.
Becoming a man.
Yeah.
Becoming a man.
I thought that was awful when I was a kid. My mother was always yelling at me. Go clean yourself up. You smell like chicken soup.
Wow, good call.
Ew.
Good call. You're eating chicken soup. She was just humiliating you.
That was Mom. She had a lot of good sayings, too, that, well, I can't say.
You smell like pot roast.
Well, you're saying before.
I was saying before the show. It turned me into the person I am today.
No kidding. Liza.
Yeah. There's a certain type of rich that she would always say if I had $5 in my pocket and I would go out and spend it immediately instead of socking it away. It's a certain type of rich that you are.
Is it?
Temporarily?
Yes. Temporarily rich, she would call it.
What if you had to rig something?
Yes, if something had to be rigged, maybe in the car. That was another fine word that she taught me. There was, I think they call them, the Brazil nuts? They were called something, too. The whole family actually called them that. Can you pass the, they look like toes. Oh. So they would say, could you pass those? Jesus, I mean, it was just a constant barrage. How could I help it?
What a wonderful way to grow up.
It's my upbringing. It was very nice.
Danny, one of the DJs here in New York City after we get off the air, it's Nick Carter. When is she on?
I want to say afternoons. Am I wrong?
No, Ian's
12 to 3? Oh, that's right, Ian. He's great.
Ian. Oh, so it's Nick, and then it's Danny right after.
Yeah.
I really don't know, and I apologize for that. Now I'm going to check out Danny later today.
She's sexy, man.
Here in New York City.
Oh, it bugged me.
So you came in for the Rob Halford interview with Ian, the afternoon drive guy.
Yeah.
And you and E-Rock were here. You were talking to Danny. You think she's kind of attractive and stuff.
Very
There's a little something going on. Very innocent, a little flirting and stuff.
No, from me. She wasn't flirting back.
Nah, who knows? We'll have to get her side of the story.
She was being professional.
And you realized on the way home that you smelled really bad. You were on a subway?
Yeah, I take the train.
You never take the train. What was that about?
Joe Commuter?
You're kind of scared of the subways. You rarely go on the subway.
I zip all over. I zip all over, Ope.
And you took the subway from here?
Yeah, why do you think my nickname is Underground Jimmy?
That's weird.
Is it?
Yeah, I just made that up. From now on, I won't answer to anything but.
Yeah. What happened to what you were earlier?
What was I earlier?
I forgot.
Yeah, see, you're full of lies.
And then you're on the subway and you're smelling this horrendous odor. You think it's the guy next to you. You realize it's you, and you're like, oh my God, I was talking to a pretty girl only a half hour ago. She must have smelled my body odor.
And then she walked out. When she left, she goes, "Ooh, it's cold in here."
Yeah.
And it wasn't. Here's what happened. I stunk She smelled it. She left.
She needed out.
She had to, she had to hit the bricks.
Well, she mentioned the incident on her fine radio show, and we got the audio.
The Rock, New York, 92.3 K-Rock. I was telling you earlier that Judas Priest were up here yesterday. So many of us were in the studio. Like, we were so excited. Everyone's just staring at Rob Halford. I mean, Judas Priest were here. Jim Norton and E-Rock from Opie and Anthony came up. I was hanging out with those guys. I guess this morning on Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton was saying how he was embarrassed because he got home after me and him were hanging out and he realized that he smelled. Forgot the deodorant, maybe? I don't know. I totally smelled it, but I assumed it was E-Rock. He's the dirty one, right? If you missed Opie and Anthony this morning, check out the show rundown at 923krock.com. While you're there, of course, check out the pictures of Priest.
Hey, man, she does a good job.
She's great.
And she's got her voice matches her body. Man.
Yeah, matches the looks.
Absolutely.
She's, there's a photo of Rob Halford in the foreground, and in the background, you see E-Rock casually sitting up on the table.
Yeah.
You know, just not a care in the world.
And her head is totally turned away from E-Rock, and that's probably because she thinks he smells really bad. And Jim, you are so flirting with your body right there. I know a little bit about body language. Look at you, all casual, your hands in your pocket. You're leaning up against the wall with your head tilted like, oh, really?
Looking all endearing
Right.
to her.
Really
You want to
good
look all
points.
innocent. And
Yeah, meanwhile, I was staring at her toes. They were sexy.
You're making believe you're listening to what she's saying, but